This is our planet. In Swahili, planet is Sayari. This is where we live. This is where we get along. When we think of progress, we think of it as a journey where we leave earlier attempts behind and go looking for new opportunities. We don't go back. But if you look at this place, this planet, it is round and rather small. Everything comes back, and you can't really leave. So, maybe progress is something that takes place, and we have to take care of this place. Maybe progress is about how well we handle the feedback from our surroundings, because everything comes back. Right here is where some of the oldest traces of humanity have been found. Some say that this is where everything started, where our journey began. In the early days, we coexisted with our environment. We set out to look for food and shelter, and we made do with what we could find. As time went on, some of us journeyed outside this continent to explore new opportunities. We set up camp in new places all across the planet. We built communities and we made progress. We learned how to domesticate animals and grow food, and we began to exchange things and ideas across different cultures. As our appetite grew, we started to move things around. Instead of coexisting with our environment, we began to reshape the surroundings to accommodate our increasing desires and ambitions. We began to stockpile what we saw as valuable, and we started to concentrate the resources and power to a few strongholds. When we now return, we do it to collect valuables and to move them out. And we leave behind what we don't want. In the soil where we grow our food, in the air that we breathe, and in the water we drink. In our ambition to get ahead, we go too far, too fast. You see, everything is not valuables that we can collect and trade or hold ransom. Some are things we actually need to survive, like water. Life began in water. We too begin in water. We spend our first 9 months in water. And after we are born, we bring with us the water on our insides. If we don't have water, we can't have life. Luckily, water is everywhere on our planet. But unfortunately, for most of us, it is not safe. 1/3 of humanity does not have access to clean drinking water. Every year, 3.5 million people die from water-related diseases. In the developing world, the lack of safe drinking water also damages educational and economic prospects, making progress even more difficult. Every day, 1.5 billion plastic bottles are sold. Less than 10% is recycled. It takes at least 450 years for a plastic bottle to completely degrade. In our oceans, there are enormous plastic garbage patches, and microplastics are now snowing in Antarctica. This feedback cycle is not a good one, and we are not handling the feedback we are getting from our environment very well either. It is not about leaving things behind. It is about taking care of what we have. Some say it is too late. Some already think about leaving this planet. They talk about terraforming Mars to make Mars like Earth. They hope to do this by planting forests and introducing wildlife, by managing that ecosystem in a sustainable way, and by producing basic needs locally. The idea is to slowly make Mars into a place where we can live. To make Mars what Earth once was. We have all the science and technology needed. We know how to do it. So, maybe we should think about terraforming Earth instead of collecting what is valuable and shipping it to Mars and other faraway places. Instead of creating garbage. Instead of leaving people behind. We could turn around and go back and take care of what we have. This is where we live. This is where we get along. On a quite small and round planet where everything comes back. We are home.